have the knowledge already. We've got lots of knowledge about what works. We've known about diet and exercise and stress, and you need to sleep well. We know about all these things, but the key aspect is behavior change. Is how you get from someone with all the knowledge. Even your GP has all the knowledge. Your GP will tell you, stop smoking, lose some weight. But how do we get that activation from that patient to change their behavior and also change it sustainably, so it's self-perpetuating? And I think this is the beauty of yoga, is that not only is it a practice, a physical practice for ease in the body, not only is a nervous system regulation practice, a resilience practice. What it does, I think, and this is what it did for me, above all, it's an awareness practice. I heard someone recently, it was a consultant psychiatrist who, like you, Heather, spent years in an ashram, so he's got sort of a bit of both worlds. And he said he used to think that behavior change was 50% awareness and 50% habit change. And now he's changed his mind. He says he thinks it's 90% awareness and 10% habit change. And I sort of really resonate with that, because yoga is a deeply introspective, quiet practice. The more you do, the more you are able to make good choices, self-regulate, and sustain healthy lifestyle, which is really what we want. We don't want people just to, do yoga for a week and leave it. So I think the big questions are how we get people hooked and how we get people to sustain themselves, because that picture of sustained healthy lifestyle looks different for every single person. So I think that there's a sort of magic piece about awareness in yoga, which is quite special, I think.
In the Yoga4Health program, on encouraging the people who come on, the service users, to develop their home practice, it's very inexpensive and scalable. And of course, with social prescribing pathway being there, we've really got a way of delivering this opportunity for them to change their habits. And just one other point on that. Without really, your point about awareness is really so pertinent, because without mentioning diet and what people are eating, we had this 14 centimeter average drop in waist between week 1 and week 10. And in the qualitative feedback from the 279 patients in West London who did the Yoga4Health program in the the first round of courses, one of them said, well, there's no point doing yoga and then going home and eating 3 cakes and spaghetti bolognese. So it was almost like it induces a natural shift in behavior that's deep rooted.
Yeah, and I think in conjunction with that, yoga brings us directly in contact with ourselves. And we would think that we're always in contact with ourselves, but we're often in our minds thinking about the future. And when you're there in a posture and you're breathing, you really start to feel your body. Sometimes that can be difficult in the first instance. We talk about people getting hooked on yoga, and I think it's really important that we also give them a nice class where they enjoy it and they feel some ease, because they may think, I like that. I want to come back. But that quality of sensing into your body changes things, because then you actually realize how exhausted you are in the morning because you stayed up till 12 o'clock at night to watch Netflix. Or you really love that chocolate cake, but actually it makes you spike and really anxious. And so you decide, well, I want it, but I want to feel better more. I think, that awareness piece being 90%, it really speaks to me, Chang, what you've said, because when you feel what it's really like to be you, then you want to be you in the best way possible, I think. And that's something that is so great about yoga, is it feeds itself.